I am from ChainSafe. I work in business development, and today I'm going to be talking about some of our products and the infrastructure that we're building for the Web3 ecosystem. A little bit about ChainSafe. We are a Toronto-based or Toronto-originating blockchain R&D firm, but we have gone fully remote, and we're now approaching 100 people all over the world. We are basically focusing on every blockchain in the ecosystem that you could think of, and really we measure each project not on ecosystem maximalism, but what it can do for the space as a whole. And some of you might know us as an R&D firm. We do a lot of development for some prominent projects in the space, but as we have focused on our skills and develop what we're building, we are now moving into more of a product focus and really trying to build things that add infrastructure to the Web3 ecosystem. So some of you might have heard of our projects that we're working on with teams in the space, like Lodestar, which is an ETH2 client implementation, for example. We've got client implementations for Polkadot, Filecoin, and Mina protocol. But what we're really focusing on now is our products like ChainSafe Storage and Files, which are decentralized file storage services built on Filecoin and IPFS. We've got a gaming SDK, yet to be finally named, that connects the Web3 ecosystem and the Unity gaming engine, with more engines coming soon. And then we have ChainBridge, which some of you might have heard me speak of before, a multi-chain bridging protocol. So let me deep dive into a few of these. First of all, ChainSafe Files. So what we're trying to do with Files is really add to what currently exists in the Filecoin and IPFS ecosystems. There's a lot of disconnect between the core networks and the end user experience. So we've built with Files an end-to-end encrypted file storage app that's focused on both B2C and B2B use cases. And the main focus for us really is like end user privacy, and also that redundancy that a lot of current storage providers don't offer. And we're aiming to also support collaboration within this privacy ecosystem. So we're making permissions controls and sharing features that allow for as much or as little anonymity and privacy as a user is looking for. And we've built this on top of ChainSafe Storage, which is another one of our products. It's an S3 compatible API that connects again to IPFS and the Filecoin network, and it allows for decentralized redundant file storage. So if you want to hear more about that, we're all sitting in a booth just on the other side of this wall, so feel free to come and ask us about it. Where Files is currently at is it's live and operational. You can go to files.chainsafe.io and look at our website and our UI. It's currently storing files on IPFS and Filecoin, and right now it is free for anyone to use up to 20 gigabytes. We have a decentralized login support, so you don't need to add your email, you don't need to give away any private information. You can just connect with your MetaMask or Taurus wallet and sign a signature, no transaction or gas needed, and then you can log in from anywhere just with your crypto wallet. We have currently pretty robust sharing functionality and permissions controls, with more on the way. And for that extra bit of redundancy and decentralization, we've built a CLI tool so that even if our service goes down, you can still access your files from anywhere. And where we're heading with Files and storage, the base layer of Files, is we're trying to add better sharing and team management features so that we can have more of a focus on businesses and make this more of an easy product to use for non-Web3 natives. We're working on enhanced collaboration and shared documents to give it more of the kind of feel that you would expect from a developed file storage and sharing product. And we will be announcing more features soon, so always stay tuned on our socials and talk to the team if you're ever curious to hear more. And I did want to add, which was in my notes actually, a call to action, which is if anyone is interested in decentralized file storage, anyone wants to have more privacy in the way that they store their files, please come and talk to us or visit our website. Again, files.chainsafe.io. We'd love to do user interviews. We want to know what kind of features you're looking for, so please let us know. Moving on quickly, apologies for the speed here. Next up is our gaming SDK. So what this is essentially it's an SDK that bridges gaming engines to blockchains. And we're really focusing on making it this core piece of middleware in this emerging market of NFT-based gaming, crypto-based gaming, and also into the AR, VR world, and anything really that uses a gaming engine. Right now, it supports Unity, the gaming engine, but we're also looking at supporting Unreal Engine, and hopefully more gaming engines soon. And essentially what this does is, it's basically like Web3.js. What that does for the web, our product does for gaming engines. So it really connects that core base Web3 layer to the end product so that you have that seamless integration and it's filling that gap in the stack. Where we're currently at with the SDK is it's in production. You can check out our docs online. We are already having like a lot of success being used by some early products. It's in sort of beta right now. We're very much still working on figuring out what users want and adding more features and more functionality. But right now we already have support for a bunch of EVM compatible chains, obviously Ethereum, Polygon, Moonbeam, Avalanche, XDAI, Binance Smart Chain with more coming. And if you have an EVM compatible chain or layer 2 that you'd like to see integrated, please come and talk to us because we'd really love to work with you. We also currently have built-in crypto wallet authentication. So right now we have, just for browsers, support for MetaMask, Taurus, and Wallet Connect. And we're looking at, well, we're currently building also mobile and desktop support. And then we support ERC20 tokens for in-game crypto, and then 721 and 1155 for NFTs. And then if you want to add other custom NFT contracts or any other custom contracts, then there are prefabs for you to work on that and add it yourself. And as I said, where we're headed with this is supporting wallet connections across desktop and mobile as well as browser so that we can access the full gaming ecosystem. We're working on subgraphs to add faster queries for NFT ownership and metadata so that we can basically make the developer experience and the in-game experience a lot better. We're supporting, as I said, a lot more EVM compatible chains and Unreal Engine. And we're also working on built-in marketplace functionality so that basically the whole NFT ecosystem will be supported by this product. Again, if there's any questions on this, please reach out to me or our team, and we'd love to chat to you more about this later on. Next product is ChainBridge. Some of you, we good? Sorry. Some of you might have heard of ChainBridge already. It's in use in the ecosystem and has been for a while across a number of different chains. Essentially what it is a modular, multi-directional cross-chain bridge designed to integrate pretty easily out of the box with any EVM compatible chain. And essentially what we're trying to do is, like any cross-chain interoperability project in the space, is really just building the ecosystem out to have a lot more support, a lot more ability to integrate with a number of different use cases that different chains bring, and just to make it a more connected ecosystem. Where we're currently at with ChainBridge is, as I said, it's been out in the wild for quite a while. Our code's up on GitHub, so anyone can fork that, set up, deploy, and maintain their own ChainBridge instance between any two supported chains, or build an integration for their chain, which is pretty trivial if you're EVM compatible. We are currently used across many networks, obviously a lot of bridges to Ethereum, Moonbeam, Binance Smart Chain, Avalanche, Plasm, and a number of other chains in the ecosystem have built ChainBridge instances to bridge to other chains. But right now, because of the open source nature of the project, there is a degree to which users can't expect a consistent experience across all ChainBridge instances because anyone can kind of do what they want with it. So what we want to do is really pull that experience together and actually make it a much more controlled experience for the end users so that they know if I'm using ChainBridge, I can trust it, and I know that I'm going to have the same experience every time, no matter where it's been deployed. Which leads to where we're headed. We are working on making the ecosystem much more cohesive, making sure that every time someone deploys an instance of ChainBridge, that chain will then be connected to every other chain that has the ChainBridge smart contracts installed. And we want to bring everyone to a single, simple UI so that rather than having to visit an individual UI depending on which chains they want to bridge between, you can just select one chain to another, and no matter where you are, you can get through. We also want to partner with any interested chains that want to be included in our bridging ecosystem. We will help you out with integration, deployment, maintenance of the chains, and operation of the chain on a day-to-day basis. So basically running a relayer network. And we are working on a model right now. It's not quite ready yet, but we'd love to have anyone who's interested in integrating with us come to us, and we can start a conversation, put you on a list to hear about updates when we are rolling this version out. We also are looking at an SDK so that any developers of dApps, for example, can interact directly with the bridge, which will massively improve the UX and reduce transaction costs. Think of the example if you have an LP position on a dApp on Ethereum, and with one click of a button inside the user interface that you use every day, you can move that to the same position in the same dApp on Polygon, for example, and chase better yield. So there's a lot of opportunities for DeFi and basically anyone who's trying to chase the best yield in the ecosystem to do that basically as quickly as possible, and for dApps to integrate with that and make that as easy as possible for users. And the last thing we're going to do is really decentralize this over time. So once we start setting up this more cohesive ecosystem, we'll have a relative amount of control under ChainSafe just to make sure that everything is set up and running smoothly. And then we're working on a fully decentralized and trustless relayer network so that basically anyone can spin up a bridge, connect to this relayer network, and no matter who you are, no matter where you are, anyone can get whatever tokens they want supported, whatever NFTs they want supported, and bridge between basically any two chains that they want. Hopefully in the future, non-EVM compatible chains as well. So we have a lot of big plans for it. Cool, so that's basically it when it comes to our products. I hope I've given you a decent overview and some food for thought as to whether there's anything that you think you could do to work with us, collaborate with us. So please reach out to me. You can see my email address here. I would really love to chat with anyone who's interested in any of these products, and yeah, would love to get to know anyone in the ecosystem who thinks that we could collaborate. So thanks, everyone. Do we have time for questions?
Yeah, we have time for questions. So is there any question in the attendance? Yeah.
Could you please compare existing ChainSafe storage functionality with IPFS, just like on the upper level?
Sorry, I can't quite hear. I think there's a bit of...
Yeah, sure. So could you please compare the ChainSafe storage functionality with IPFS? Like, what's the main difference and what are the best use cases in your opinion?
Sure. Yeah, so ChainSafe storage is built on top of IPFS. So it's one of the layers that we use to ensure like instant availability of any files. So basically we will pin files to IPFS as part of the storage service. But on top of that, we also bundle files and put them onto Filecoin. So basically, it's not so much a matter of comparing the storage service to IPFS as like IPFS is a core layer and providing that infrastructure. We are more of like a layer that sits on top of IPFS and makes sure that users have the APIs and everything that they need to interact with that layer. Sorry, I can't hear. There's a lot of outside noise coming in. I can see I've started a conversation in the audience, though, so I'll let you continue that there. Do we have anyone else?
Anyone has another question? We can take another one.
I see you have a huge supporter team. So is there any questions that you would like people to ask you? Or otherwise, you can ask a question to the audience, maybe.
Sorry, I can't hear anything from up here.
Maybe you have a question for the audience. Do anyone already use your tools or your gaming SDK, your bridge? I don't know, if in the audience?
Yeah, that's a question to have. Does anyone have any experience using any of our products, SDK, ChainBridge, or files? Yeah, we've got a few in the back there. Hello.
Okay, and you don't have any question for them?
No, but thank you for letting me arbitrage.
Says, thank you for letting me arbitrage across Avalanche. You're welcome, you're welcome. Expect more to come very soon.
Was it among the first use case that you imagined? Was it one of the first use cases you were imagining?
Arbitraging?
Yeah, for instance, this one.
Yeah, I mean, we always, sorry, he was just asking, was that one of the first use cases we imagined? I think because of the boom in DeFi, we always expected arbitrage and yield chasing to be one of the biggest early use cases, but I think that, yeah, while that's a really great way to grow the ecosystem, there's also a lot to be said for the like arbitrary message passing capabilities that add a whole lot more additional functionality around like cross-chain governance and a lot of other things. So, yeah, the money stuff is always a good way to grow the ecosystem, but I think there's a lot more to be added on the in the other elements of it as well.